Oh, you go down to the refugee shelter, yeah. Okay?
Oh, hi, I'm Dylan.
I'm Heather.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Jalen. Recent statistics show there are 430,000 homeless people in the U.S. Approximately 500 people in Canton were homeless or going in between homes. Canton and Stark County areas had one of the biggest increase in homeless in the recent years.
So, what we propose to do is a weekend where middle schoolers can experience what it's like to be homeless. They'll have nothing but $5 and the clothes on their backs for the entire weekend. You may be asking why we want to do this in Canton. Why not New York or something? Well, we live here and it affects us directly. There are about 500 homeless people currently living in Canton, and that's 500 too many. And also, if the homeless are housed, then more people will want to come downtown, and then they'll help the economy, because, yeah.
Okay, now there should be a handout on your table that has a schedule of what we're doing. So the students would experience different things, such as the police asking them to leave where they are, or sleeping without a bed or anything comfortable. So when a student first arrives, they will be asked to choose from a pile of donated clothes for one outfit to wear all weekend. For meals, they would have to find shelters or pool their money. They will be given different situations that they will have to solve. Heather will explain that more. They would also play the game of life, which is a role-playing game. They would also be given the option to go dumpster diving for cans and bottles to trade in for money. Some of you might be wondering why the schedule says fun. Well, the reason for that is that us as middle schoolers can only focus on one thing for so long. And during this time, we can build up group trust. The registration fee for this is $20. 5 of it would go to the actual participants for their emergency money. And here's Heather.
If you look on your table again, there should be a handout labeled situations. So through the course of the week, the leaders will be introducing different situations to the middle schoolers. The students will then have to decide what's the best way to solve the problem they've been given. As you can see, some of these problems may include someone stealing your shoes in the middle of the night, where do you go to get a new pair? Or your child's sick, where do you go to get medicine? Or even more extreme cases, like a tornado's coming, where do you go to take shelter? The student will then decide what's the best place to go to get the shoes. They will then travel to that destination and purchase the item he or she needs. The leader will then explain why this is important to life. By doing this, the students will not only know what it's like to live on the streets, but also what the homeless and those living under the poverty line have to deal with on a daily basis. Okay. Middle schoolers have a huge capacity for imagination. Eventually, we will be in charge of our world. And we will experience how good it feels to be heard and to have our ideas actually come to fruition. Through participating in the simulation, middle schoolers will come to empathize with the homeless, for example. By getting asked nicely to move out of a park by the police in the middle of the night, participants will better understand the plight of the homeless. Finally, middle schoolers will translate their experiences into actions. They will have the desire and the drive to work and improve the lives of the homeless.
We will hope to partner with the following people. Refuge of Hope would supply our Saturday lunch. We'd partner with the Canton Police for safety. Most parents would not want to send their child out on the streets of Canton with no one but the leaders to trust their child's safety in. By doing this, the police will know what will be going on, and in cases of emergency, will already be able to help. The police will also be participating in the simulation. Many homeless people are asked to leave the areas where they're hanging out or sleeping, just because it's bad for business. So the police will wake us up early in the morning and ask us to leave where we are sleeping. It's their job to maintain order in the city and we will be sleeping in public areas.
We're also hoping to partner with Canton Calvary Mission and the Church of the Savior to also help provide meals. And we're also hoping to partner with different downtown churches to have a safe place to sleep and to congregate for when we're talking about the situations.
And that's our site sorted thing, so yeah. And through this simulation, we not only hope to raise awareness about homelessness in Canton, we want to open the middle schoolers' eyes about what is happening and empower them to help. So, yeah, thanks for listening and stuff. Do you have any questions?
I noticed one of your statistics was on the number of homeless teenagers or children in that. In Oklahoma City, where I'm from, there is a program for children of homeless families that has become very huge and supported by a lot of the companies around Oklahoma City, Devon and Chesapeake being two of them. Have you thought about maybe speaking with community leaders about having a place for those children to go during the daytime to go to school, and different businesses and organizations would supply the school supplies needed and also provide clothing for those children?
After all the admission fees have been taken care of, we would be donating the rest of the money to the charities and organizations that have helped us with this, and that we hope to make Canton a better place.
Just also to help a little bit, the Refuge of Hope has a list of different places that serve food at different times, and also where they can get food from different churches on different days. And from what I understand, just about every day of the week, people can go someplace, and as long as they know where to go. And the Refuge of Hope wanted to do it because a lot of places were closed. They were open, and then they were closed, so people would go back and it would be in existence. But the Refuge of Hope keeps all those places updated.
I'd just like to hear a little bit about maybe the scope, like how often you'd like to do it, and then like how many students you think you can handle at one time, and maybe how much money you might be able to raise.
We were thinking about doing a once every other month or a twice a year thing. And I'm sorry, I forgot the other part of your question.
How many students could you envision handling per day?
We were thinking about having a group of 10 students and splitting them up into 2 groups of 5, having a different leader for each.
Last few years, they have a program in the summer called Project Connect, where the homeless are invited to come to get any of the resources for the community. They have all the resources come together in one place. Last year it was at the Civic Center. And so this year it's, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe it's August 22nd. And so if you would have any interest in maybe considering volunteering that day, last year there were, I think, 500 homeless or soon-to-be homeless folks that came through all the different resources available within the community. So it might be a great opportunity for you to get some ideas for your simulation.
As a mom, how are you going to assure me my child is going to be safe?
Well, we're gonna have the cops there, so. I mean, police.
All right, thank you guys.